Oh, yes. Finally back on Twitch after all this time. Oh, yeah. Finally back on DLive. Not sure about YouTube. YouTube might be the one that ain't working so well. I think it's online on YouTube, but I'm not 100% sure. And if it is, I'm going to have to, yes, it's on live. All right. Nice to be on all the platforms once again. Hey, back in Madison, which means the connection, unless they like, the thing about Madison is it's the connection's good, and unless they kick me off, which they do every once in a while. At this time, we won't stream at this time very often. Um, but this time I just got back from St. Louis, so that's why we're doing it right now. Gotta change the title and everything. So we're gonna be back in action soon. Back in action soon. Alts will move. No, I'm not worried about that at all. I mean, right now, Bitcoin's trying really, really hard. Bitcoin's trying really, really hard to breach its all-time high, so we just gotta be patient. Just gotta be patient. Bitcoin is trying really hard to get to its all-time high. There we go. There we go. All right. We're good. We're good. Well, I don't know. Like, I'll probably just save a lot of it. I'll probably do some stocks. I'll probably like buy some stocks, buy some dividend-bearing stocks. That's about it though. Like, I'm probably gonna reinvest. I'm gonna reinvest some of it in cryptocurrency after it dips back down after the next bull run. So we'll see what's up there. We'll see what's up there. Only have one stream today because I just got back home, and probably going to go to sleep a little early today because I'm tired from the drive. But we're gonna do this anyways. We're gonna do this stream right now and talk about some stuff because still okay, still okay. It's good to be back on the other platforms actually. It's good to be back on the other platforms. I haven't been able to multi-stream for a while. I will be on Theta.tv soon. I gotta figure out how that actually works. I want to see if there's a platform that lets me do that without actually charging me money. I gotta ask. I want to ask the Theta.tv people that because I don't want to pay like $10 a month just to stream on Theta.tv or something. ADA must hit $1. Not until Bitcoin significantly passes the all-time high. If Bitcoin goes to like 40K, sure, but Bitcoin definitely needs to significantly pass the all-time high for us to be looking at those kind of prices. I mean, I do think ADA can get to a couple of bucks. Yeah, sure. But I do think that I actually do think that can happen. It's just that it really is just that I do actually think that can actually happen. It's just that you need Bitcoin to go to the all-time high first. The Bitcoin fees, however, are increasing. Bitcoin fees, Bitcoin fees are actually increasing though. They're around $5 right now. Remember at the peak of the last bull run, they were $50, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin fees went all the way to $50. Hey, Benjamin Chua. I mean, the thing is, you have to compare like you got to compare a coin from where it was at the beginning of the year, and a lot of altcoins are actually doing quite well compared to the beginning of the year. I think we got two bull run until end of the next year. Hopefully, I mean, like I do actually think. I mean, if we have a giant bull run past 40K, there's definitely going to be a crash, and then like knowing when to time the cash out is going to be very important. I mean, I would definitely DCA out. I would definitely DCA out because that's the only way I think you're really gonna make sure you actually make some money. If you don't DCA out, I think you're gonna be hurting. Really think you're gonna be screwing yourself if you don't DCA out. Fortunately, the weather is really cool here, and yeah, I don't know like what kind of fishing I'm gonna be able to do here. It looks like the walleyes are biting, but that's about it. Oh well, we'll see. We'll see. Might. No one has a boat anymore because whatever, whatever. All right. You mean yes, DC like well DCA out means like when you reach a certain goal, you sell out some and then like you keep the rest. And then as it increases in price, you sell out more and more. BTC already made the news. Um I don't know. I think like I mean we actually do have to break the all-time high. And I think that's gonna be a pretty hard call right now to break the all-time high. Because like there is significant resistance around the all-time high. I think another stimulus check will definitely help it. I agree with you there. I do think another stimulus check will definitely help the cause. I'm not really sure if it'll like make us actually just get out of the. I don't know if it'll really like have us get out of the get kind of like making a true bull run, but it'll definitely help. That's to be sure. That's definitely to be sure. I mean, the stimulus check will get some people to actually buy, and I think like the larger alts will probably pump first. But here's the thing: like when the smaller alts actually pump, they'll probably pump a lot harder. It'll probably pump a lot harder than the bigger alts. That's obviously just my opinion, of course. That's uh that's something that's just my opinion. 15-cent VET would be great for all of us, including a lot of other people. Hey, you know what? At least the stream speed is better today. So hopefully we can have a good stream. Of course, there is the chance that we basically get kicked out. That I actually get kicked out, but we'll see. We'll see. ADA going to be on Coinbase very soon. I mean, we've been saying that for a long time, and I do believe it will be on Coinbase sooner or later. I don't really know when, so I can't really say like we're going to be on Coinbase like tomorrow or whenever, you know. We're going to be on Coinbase. I just don't really. We are going to be on Coinbase definitely. I just don't really know when. Courses. Altcoin, Bitcoin. Yes, the Bitcoin already has hit an all-time high. That is correct. At least in terms of averages. I know at various exchanges it did not hit the all-time high, but at least like average overall, it did actually hit the all-time high. I don't think this is the top. I mean, we might actually retrace like last time. There is a good chance that we retrace just like a week ago. But if we do retrace, we'll probably gather pretty quickly and go back up. Well, smart Ethereum's dumb, man. Like, don't listen to smart Ethereum. They always predict insanely high prices that never get reached. I do not have any insight on HBAR. I haven't heard news from HBAR. I like HBAR, but I haven't heard much news from them. Look, look. I really like VET. I do think it can get to like 50 cents, maybe $1 in the bull run. But we just have to wait. $75 for VET is not going to happen. That's just like that's crazy talk. That's not going to happen. I don't think the tokenomics or anything will actually I really don't think the tokenomics or anything will actually let it reach $75. I just don't think that's possible. You know, even if we do have a larger, bloodier pullback, even if we do have that, we're going to rally back fairly quickly. We are going to actually rally back fairly quickly, even if we do have that, because like with all the institutional buying, I see a higher support level. I mean, if we do have like a big flash crash, like it'll bounce back pretty quickly. I don't think $5 is possible. No, I don't think $5 is possible anytime soon either. I mean, like people are hoping that VET does what XRP did last time, and that's not impossible. I think it's somewhat unlikely because of all the other because there's so many more cryptos in the game now. I mean, BTC already kind of did crash 20% like last weekend, and then it just went back up. So I'm really not that afraid. You know, the thing is, if it crashes 20%, it'll bounce right back up. Now, a perfect stable Sharpie Genius, like the institutional FOMO has already slowly creeped in. It's the retail FOMO that it's really the retail FOMO that we're actually looking at, waiting to FOMO in. The retail FOMO is what drives up prices, not the institutional FOMO, because the retailers actually buy off exchanges. Institutional investors tend to buy OTC, and retail people tend to buy off exchanges. I don't have too many thoughts about ZIL. I think it's a decent project though. Well, a lot of XRP's pump was because of the Spark token airdrop, though. I'm sure if there wasn't a Spark token airdrop, well, I mean, like I'm talking about this time, of course. If it wasn't the Spark token airdrop, XRP would probably be up like 20, 30, 40%, and not like 100%. Yeah, blowing past 2 cents is definitely possible. Like I don't think it's gonna get to like the like 2, 3. I don't think it's gonna get to the dollar values anytime soon. All retailers just spend all their money on Black Friday. Maybe, but I don't think like I don't really know how the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals were. I don't know like how many people actually bought those. Just not really sure. I don't have any thoughts on ANKR. What I think like in a bull run, Chainlink can probably reach like lower 3 digits. It's easy to get to $1 VET ever hit 25 cents. I suppose. I mean, it depends. It just really depends on how much momentum like a bull run actually has when it actually happens, and how many people are buying each individual coin. Why isn't Wise like a copy off Hex? I'm not a huge fan of Hex. I think Hex is like one big scam. So I'm not really sure. I can't really recommend Wise or anything. Not a huge fan of Hex. So anything based off of Hex, I'm not going to be a fan of either. I'm not a huge fan of Harmony One. I don't know about its developments all that much, but I'm not a huge fan of it based on some of the rumors I heard. I don't know if those rumors are true or not, but I've heard some rumors, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It could work out in the end, but I'm not a huge fan of it right now. Yeah, but CMOS, you don't need a Hex killer. We don't really need a Hex killer. Hex will kill itself. Hex is going to kill itself, so we don't really. Hex is going to kill itself, so we don't really need a Hex killer. I don't. The thing is, like, I can't really talk about Harmony One. I don't know as much about it. Like last year, either it was last year or earlier this year. I heard rumors. I actually did hear. I did hear rumors that they didn't really have an official team or anything, or they didn't have an office or something. So I don't really know how that's working out. I know it's like an AI based thing, and I think AI is pretty big for the future. But I'm not a big fan of Harmony One myself. Until they prove something to me, like I'm not really a big fan of it. The BTCs are $10 a transfer from Binance to Cash App. Like you did, like BTC fees were so much higher when BTC was at this price last time. Look, Bitcoin can't scale. We all know that. Everyone knows that Bitcoin can't scale, and the Lightning Network thing is well, the Lightning Network thing is like not really that great. And the thing is, I think Ethereum with their layer 2 scaling is going to run into the same issues. I definitely think I definitely think 2021 is more likely to be the bull run year. Oh, by the way, one more thing that you guys should take note of: keep track of the Google trends for each coin. If the Google trends seem to peak, that means the coin's pump is probably going to peak. If the Google trends suddenly start to rise, that means that more people are going to be interested in the coin. Hex is a nice idea, but a lot of it is owned by the main wallet. Well, almost all of it's owned by the, well, not almost all of it, but like so much of it's owned by the main wallet, and plus the main wallet controls all the Ethereum. Like the main wallet controls all the ETH buys. So like Richard Hart can use the main wallet to pump Hex. But since the big staking period is over for Hex, I don't really see why anyone would actually have it. Who would actually keep it. There's so many better coins to actually hold. So many better coins to actually hold. So let's actually look at Bitcoin starts its series of hitting all-time highs. Because we did actually do that today. Hit its first series all-time high. So, after an accelerated bull run this past weekend on Monday, the most popular cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, started revisiting its all-time highs. Per CoinGecko.com, BTC hit USD 19,686 today, surpassing its previous all-time high of USD 19,665, reached on December 16, 2017. At Pixel time, BTC trades at 19,579. So this actually did pump a couple hundred points higher than last time, like about a week ago. However, as reported by CryptoNews.com, BTC's all-time high means different things to different people and companies depending on who you ask. On Coin Paprika, a crypto market research platform, BTC reached a high of USD 20,089 on December 17th, 2017. Binance-owned CoinMarketCap has the Bitcoin all-time high at USD 20,089. So like not on every single one do you have Bitcoin all-time high. But as an aggregate, it is an all-time high. Wikipedia says Bitcoin price peaked on December 2017 at 19,783. But there were a lot of places that it went to 19,800 as well. So as officially, like in terms of aggregate, we have reached an all-time high. Matty Greenspan, who is at the helm of quantum economics, also observed the nuances of Bitcoin's all-time high price, saying that it's different depending on what chart you're looking at. He provides a range of USD 19,666 to USD 20,155, with Bitstamp at the low end and eToro at the high end. So aggregately, we have passed it, and you can see like in this graph, we're slightly higher than this here. But I do think it's gonna stay at this price for quite a bit longer than this, and also like it's going to go higher this time. So I think like if we're looking at last time's cycle, we're probably like around here or something like that for last time, or maybe around here. So we have a long way up to go, I believe. It might bounce back and forth a couple of times, but overall, it's inevitably going up for sure. CB, I don't really know. Like they could list like VET at any time, but who knows, man? I don't really know what Coinbase's deal is. No, I'm not gonna start streaming this early. Remember, I still have the early stream in the afternoon. I'm just doing this like early today because I got back from Madison. I got back from St. Louis, and I'm gonna do this before I take an early nap today. I think big institutions buying Bitcoin are going to sell retail suckers. You know, the thing is, I'm not really sure if that's true because if you look at Grayscale, their buys are like on a rolling 1 year period. So a lot of these big institutions are are buying a lot for keeps. I'm sure they'll do some trading and selling, and the retail investors are going to get screwed, sure. But a lot of these big institutions, they are actually buying for keeps. So it's not completely like a big pump and dump thing. That's why what is still slow. My internet's fine. It's not slow. It's not slow now. My internet speed's like quite fast now. Coinbase building token on Cardano. I mean, here's the thing. Like that's just a rumor. That's just a rumor. I don't really know if it's like we're speculating that it might be true, but we don't really know if it's true or not. No, VET's not dead. It's doing just fine. It's actually gained on BTC since the beginning of the year. I don't know. Like my parents are working on upgrading their internet, but AT&T makes things like pretty complicated. AT&T is actually making things really complicated. Yeah, my speed here is like probably 9 times faster than what it is at home. So that's why it's not still not super fast here, but it's pretty fast overall. Can we expect a correction at this point? Look, if we do have a correction, it's just going to bounce back up. Is my belief. What's my take on Ocean Protocol? I like Ocean Protocol. It had that big, I think it had that big partnership with the German bank. The Mortal Kombat reference? Yeah, dude. Like the first Mortal Kombat movie was really good. The second one, Annihilation, was garbage. I mean, my top three coins are still 88, ICX, and VET. I do not know what's going on with BitTrue. The pack thing, that was like 3 years ago. That was like when I first got into it. I didn't sell pack early enough. Was my problem? My problem was I didn't sell pack early enough. I actually went on vacation. I actually went on vacation. I was like, crap, I should have sold. Saw someone using your name after. Yeah, I know. Like, there's a lot of people pretending to be popular crypto personalities writing comments. So, like, don't make sure to check the profiles. I actually ended up losing like $40 from the deal because like I could have made like 3,500 from it if I had sold on time at before Cryptopia went down. I'm pretty sure Pack is like dead, so pretty sure Pack is kind of dead now. Bitcoin is nothing to play with. Didn't think we'd see all time high this year. The thing is like I said, even if it dumps, I do think it's gonna pop back up because the institutions are definitely trying to buy more at this point. Yeah, XLM can hit $1. I mean, XLM's actually been doing just as well as XRP so far. There is like this there's a couple of things on XLM. They finally had some news after a while. Yeah, Cryptopia like died last year or the year before. It was bad. Yes, Nate Robinson did get knocked out. And then like Tyson and Roy Jones somehow fought to a draw, but I thought Tyson like destroyed him. Yes, I do think VET is a good investment. I don't think it actually went to zero, but it was very close to zero. I highly doubt that. I don't even know who Kathy Wood is, first of all, and I don't really care who she is. Um, I don't think it'll be like the one world currency. I don't think any of these will be the one world currency. Look, I don't think anything's actually going to replace the USD for a long time in terms of like reserve. My opinion on Cosmos and Tezos. I like both those projects. I think I like Cosmos more. XLM essentially always follows XRP. So like since XRP did well, XLM is doing well. If XRP dumps after the Spark airdrop, XLM will probably dump as well. You think XDC? I mean, Shinfin looks pretty good. Like especially with the involvement in R3. How many Cardano would you look? It depends how much. There is no like magic number of Cardano or any coin. It depends how much money you have and what percentage of your portfolio it is. No, not Western Union. MoneyGram. MoneyGram. What XRP like Ripple never bought Western Union because Western Union wasn't desperate for cash. I don't really have a gem under. I mean, like I'm hoping that Ken. I'm hoping like Ken coin actually goes like 100x, so I can cash out for like $40,000. But that's like the 100x thing I'm hoping for. I don't have a huge investment in any coin under 100 million. Like Ken, I have just because like it's grown several times since I bought it. So I'm definitely in the money like 3 or 4 times over for Ken. I also have some player, but that's a donation. So Ken and player are the ones I have that are under 100 mil market cap. I bought Ken for really cheap, and player I didn't really buy. No, Ken and player did not fail. Did not fail already. They're still going pretty well, I think. I'm not really sure, like if Kin's gonna go up or not, but you know, with coins under 100 million, it's always kind of a gamble. It's not Kick Coin. It's not the one doing the airdrop, but it is the company that used to run that runs it is called Kick. The symbol is actually KIN. It's on Mercatox. I don't think you can buy it off any of the American exchanges. I'm actually waiting for a big exchange to pick it up. I think if a big exchange picks it up, that's my cue to sell. Like I need one of the US exchanges to pick it up, either Coinbase or Binance.us or something. Because I won't be able to use Binance I won't be able to use Binance anymore. But I have everything on US. I have like I have some dust left on Binance, and I can't really do anything about that. I picked up about 300-400 ICX over the weekend. That's like the status of my buying right now. I have not bought any unstoppable domains, and I don't really plan to buy any. But I have actually picked up like a couple hundred ICX over the weekend, and I plan to pick up more soon. Plan to pick up a couple more ICX soon. So because I really like that coin. I want to buy again, but nowhere lets me. I mean, Mercatox, like I said, but I don't think you can buy on Coinbase, Binance.us, or Cricket or anything. What do I think of? I mean, I don't have that much information on Harmony One. I'm not a huge fan, but I don't have that much information. I think Link can pump again, but not like I don't think it can go like 40, 50x. I think it can get like into the low triple digits. 7K ADA a good thing? Yeah, 7K ADA is fine. Atomic already supports Ken, so you can actually store your Ken on Atomic. I wouldn't mind getting a couple thousand. I mean, I got a couple hundred this weekend, and I plan to get more fairly soon. The problem with Binance US is it doesn't actually have an ICX BTC pair. It only has an ICX USD pair, so I had to sell the BTC into USD first before buying ICX. Well, I do think if we have a dump, it's going to be like before 20K. Like last time we went back to like 16,000 because we got rejected. We might actually get rejected again. I'm not really sure. Yeah, the thing is, I actually paid like 125. I actually paid $125 for like 26 million Ken or something like that. So like I bought in at a very, very low price. So right now my Ken's worth like 600 bucks. You know, Origin Trail is a pretty good hedge against VET. I do think 2021 will be the year of the alts, and I hope to make a decent amount of money. I don't know why, when I see Origin Trail, I always think of Oregon Trail. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I played that game too much. Yeah, like, look, VET is fine. I mean, the thing is, like, the Vitho burn is increasing day by day. The Vitho burn is increasing day by day. I mean, we got like 10 million yesterday, which is pretty high burn. Weekly, we're at 39. So like it's increasing it's increasing like month over month and stuff. So we're doing quite well. We're actually doing extremely well in terms of VET expansion. We're doing very well in terms of VET expansion. Don't really know why that just happened. We're doing very well in terms of like expansion, in terms of use case, and hopefully we'll have the same kind of increases next year because that will actually bring us pretty close to that breaking point. We might be getting rejected again because we're not like blasting above 20,000 yet. I think once we actually like the time that we don't get rejected, we'll actually go like we'll go significantly above 20,000. after this last support is broke, after this last resistance is broken, there's really nothing to stop us from going significantly higher than 20K. And I think we'll be in price discovery mode. I was actually born in 84. Uribe is holding his crypto in his into the afterlife. I see. Yeah, that's not gonna do me too much good in the afterlife, but I am holding my crypto for a long time. Nice, 500 BTC. What happened to them, Dark Horse? What Dark Horse? Thinking about picking up some Verge after since under a penny. I mean, sure, if you want to pick up a couple, like pick up 1,000 coins or something, or 10,000 coins, or however much is not that much money for you. I guess it's fine. I'm just not. I don't really. I have better things to invest in with my money, but it's one of those like it's one of those really high risk, really high reward things for me. It's a really high risk, really high reward thing, and I have other coins that I'd rather take that chance with. I mean, Verge could definitely pump. I won't argue with you on that one. It's definitely done that before. LTC is up. LTC seems to follow BTC more closely than the other coins, almost at $90. Remember, LTC was actually at 130 last year because of the halving event. At Mercatox, you can actually buy Ken. I'm not really sure if it's U.S. sanctioned. I don't think any of the U.S. exchanges will allow you to buy Ken. I bought Ken like straight from someone on online, like actually from the chat. What is the best desktop wallet? I think Exodus actually supports the Spark airdrop. I don't. I think Exodus does. I don't know if Atomic does because I don't think they've said they actually support it, but I know that Exodus does. Yeah, but no one really trusts Hit BTC though. Like Hit BTC has been pretty shady in the past, so people don't really trust Hit BTC. What exchange do you use the most? Probably like I've been using Binance.us lately. I still use Coinbase some, but I use a lot of Binance.us because they have more coins that I actually like. It's not so much the fees because point two, I don't really swing trade all that. Well, I mean, I don't really day trade, so 0.25% isn't a huge amount for me. It's not a huge difference between the two exchanges. But Binance.us has more coins. Look, I've already said my top three coins are still ADA, VET, and ICX. I don't really have any regulation updates in China, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to have any regulation updates in China for a very, very long time. Oh, by the way, there's this British economist that says that the Biden administration should actually integrate crypto into the economy or integrate Bitcoin into the economy. So like he doesn't actually think the U.S. should actually make like these stable coins. He actually just wants the U.S. to integrate Bitcoin directly into the economy. So particular ones like Biden should integrate Bitcoin into U.S. financial system, says Niall Ferguson. The economic historian said that President-elect Biden's administration should consider Bitcoin as an alternative to a Chinese-style digital dollar. British economic and financial historian Niall Ferguson said the United States needs to find its own path in adopting cryptocurrencies, rather than building its own versions of China's electronic payment systems. In a Bloomberg opinion piece, Ferguson said Sunday that the current pandemic has generally been good for cryptocurrency adoption, accelerating a monetary revolution around the world. However, the historian noted that China has been advancing rapidly in the rollout of its digital yuan and increasing use of mobile payments. Apps like Alipay and WeChat Pay reportedly handle roughly 40 trillion in transactions annually. Let me say that, $40 trillion in transactions annually, and that's going to use the digital dollar. The historian believes that these measures by China are serving as a template for other countries developing cross-border payment systems and remittance payments. However, he advised against the US doing so. Even governments that are resisting Chinese financial penetration, such as India, are essentially building their own versions of China's electronic payment systems, said Ferguson. Rather than seeking to create a Chinese-style digital dollar, Joe Biden's nascent administration should recognize the benefits of integrating Bitcoin into the U.S. financial system. Ferguson added that other authorities in the U.S. have already have methods in place to deal with enforcement surrounding Bitcoin. The IRS now requires individuals to make a declaration related to their crypto holdings on their returns and may be going after Coinbase users who do not comply with tax and reporting requirements. In addition, the Federal Bureau of the FBI has had its eyes on cases of money laundering using crypto. The point is simply that financial data of law-abiding individuals is better protected by Bitcoin than by Alipay, said the historian. So he trusts Bitcoin over Alipay. The president-elect's personal views on crypto, central banking currencies, and Bitcoin are not well known, but there are indications that people in his administration could potentially help guide the crypto into a friendlier regulatory framework in the United States. For instance, Biden might be tapping former chairman of CFTC Gary Gensler to be his deputy treasury secretary. Gensler is pretty friendly to Bitcoin, maybe not altcoins, but Bitcoin in particular. And also, obviously, you have like Andrew Yang. So you have people in the close in the administration who will actually get pretty good positions that are actually crypto advocates. So I don't usually care what these financial analysts across the pond say, but I actually agree with this guy. I do think Joe Biden should actually integrate Bitcoin into our economic system. Yeah, I do think under Biden, VeChain will probably have an easier time getting into the U.S. market. I don't know how much that'll actually help though, because VeChain technically is like a Singapore-based coin. I mean, the Cardano Hopium, we already had a dose of that over the weekend. Yes, we talked about the Bill Gates the patent. It's like months ago. That it's like a voluntary thing. I don't really know how many people are gonna actually I don't know how many people are actually going to use it. I think it's kind of like the iWatch. You kind of wear this wristband and you kind of mine information or some crap like that. Uh, Dude, Soy Boomer, stop complaining about SJWs. You have no idea what you're talking about. You basically blame everything on them, but that's just your own insecurity. And plus, SJWs have been responsible for some of society's greatest achievements, like abolishing slavery. The Underground Railroad was essentially like an SJW thing back in its time. Why would they use $2 trillion to buy Bitcoin? That doesn't make any sense at all. Well, the government's not going to use trillions of dollars to buy Bitcoin. That makes no sense. At what point do you think BTC became independent of the stock market? I don't know if it's completely free of it, but definitely I think the Fed printing lots of money has given people more confidence in Bitcoin. So it's a social justice warrior. It's it's like the guys who are protesting injustice. But the thing is, SJW were always unpopular in their time. Like when Harriet Tubman ran the Underground Railroad, it was very unpopular at that time. But history looks very great. But history looks quite nicely upon them. It's not the conservative or liberal. Look, Soy Boomer, you have no idea what conservatism actually means. Conservatism just literally means keeping the old ways. You can try to write revisionist history. No one here is going to go for it. Lincoln was definitely not a conservative in his time. Conservatives don't rock the boat. Only dealing with US cryptos, never know how regulations will play out. The blockchain companies have a bit license. Yeah. Do you have 2,000 to invest? I mean, I like VET better than XRP, obviously, because the thing is like XRP had a giant just had a giant pump. VET has had a pump like back in like June or something. And the thing is, like, I do believe, like, in terms of BTC value, XRP will retrace after the 12th. No, liberal doesn't mean communism. Look, democratic socialism is not the same thing as communism. It's democratic socialism is what Europe has. Like giving everyone healthcare is not the same thing as communism. People can't seem to make a distinction. It's not really big. Well, right now it's really not big bank BS, honestly, because none of the big banks are actually using it. I don't. Well, Yang's not going to be Secretary of Treasury. That's going to be Janet Yellen. Look. But Yang's not. Look, Yang's actually not going to be Secretary of Treasury. That's going to be Janet Yellen. Yang might actually be Secretary of Commerce, not Treasury. Treasury is like too important of a position to to actually like give to someone without any real experience. That like usually the Secretary of Treasury is usually like a former Fed chief or something. No. Look, they're not going. Look, the Secretary of Treasury has held a lot of posts before. I don't actually know why Mnuchin got the post, but usually like the Secretary of Treasury is someone who's very qualified that has experience in a lot of experience in financial markets before. Like the Secretary of Commerce is something that Yang could actually fill in. Socialism is not communism. People basically just listen to what Trump people say and actually believe it, but it's not communism. Western Europe is not run under like Great Britain, France, they're not run under a communist regime. How would you invest 1500 right now in it? Oh, look, 1500 I would just split for 1500 I would just split between VET, ICX and ADA. Or like yeah, Norway actually runs a social democratic system as well, and they don't run under a communist regime. No, it's the conservatives that don't like Yang. That's why Yang ran under the Democrat platform. Look, there's not going to be a gigantic economic collapse. If any, there'll be a transition, but it's not like XRP is going to rise and be the primary thing out of it. No, you do have freedom of speech in those places that I talk about. In Great Britain, you can stand in a park and shout whatever the hell you want. Look, freedom of speech does not mean you have a right for other people that you have a right to force other people to hear you or agree with you. You can protest in France all you want, and guess what? Most of the police in France, they won't actually beat you down like sometimes they do in the US for the most part. Like you don't really have to trust Ripple or anything. Like if it can make money, it can make money. Yeah, but Dark Horse, that's the way it's always been throughout all of history. It's not something new. And the whole thing is they've been talking about New World Order for like 20, 30 years. And pretty much things are the same the things are the exact same as they were like 20 years ago. Yes, we've moved forward in technology, but everything else is essentially the same. Pretty much every one of those conspiracy theories have been pretty much bullcrap. No, look, those countries have just as much freedom of speech as we do. Have you actually been to those countries? They protest in France like all the time, much more than we do here. Like they freaking protest in Europe all the time, and they don't go to jail. I don't know how much VET these big companies have. It's not like they tell us. They probably look. I think Walmart. I don't know if Walmart has any VET, but they have to buy Betho off the market through some like complicated backwoods way. That's where they're burning so much right now. What are you talking about? Remove petrol and you weaken the petrodollar. It's because oil's price has been falling. That's why the petrodollar is crap right now. And plus, no one really trusts Venezuela anyways. Well, I'm not talking about China. I'm talking about like Western Europe. Is because the socialism that they're talking about is democratic socialism, like Great Britain or France, not like China. What I really do think it's just people buying back. Like we had a retrace, but it's kind of over now. You have freedom of speech, James. They all those countries have freedom of speech. People protest and speak out in France and Britain all the time. They don't go to jail. In China, you can't do that, but in France and Britain, you can definitely do that. Yeah, the yellow vests in France were protesting for like almost a year, and nothing happened to them. So that by itself tells you that you can actually protest over there. Like the whole concept that America is the only country that has freedom is completely wrong. There are plenty of countries that have freedom. There's a lot of countries that don't have freedom, but there are plenty of countries that have freedom. Most of the westernized world has freedom. Like Canada has plenty of freedom. Great Britain has plenty of freedom. France has plenty of freedom. Germany has plenty of freedom. Can't be a Nazi in Germany, but that's like the only restriction, really. I've been to Canada. They protest there all the time as well. Yes, Australia has freedom. All those countries have freedom. I don't know if Mexico actually has freedom. I wouldn't go like I wouldn't say that. Like I don't really know about New Zealand, Mexico, and all those things, but I know that most of Western Europe has freedom. Belarus isn't Western Europe; it's Eastern Europe. Look, well, in the United States, people sue other people all the time for libel. It's the same thing. But you can criticize the government in Great Britain. Look, stop with all the like the crappy Dominion like conspiracy theories. Trump essentially just lost, and he can't take the loss. Neither can any of his snowflake followers. Look, I don't really give a crap about those conspiracy theories that like the Trump people or QAnon actually come up with. They're not really they're not really all that important because they're irrelevant. Of course, yes, the rig elections with zero proof. And then when you actually look at their lawsuits in court, they don't actually say it's fraud. Look any reasonable person can actually look at it and be like, yeah, this guy's full of crap. Yeah, Pizzagate was totally fake, man. I think a lot of people have never actually left the USA. I've been to many countries, like, and it's pretty obvious, like, which ones have freedom, which ones don't. Like, like Canada has freedom. Uh, the UK has freedom. Germany, France, they have freedom. China does not have freedom. Japan has freedom. It's actually fairly noticeable. Got base. No, I don't have base token. Look, there's actually studies that show like the more people travel, the less likely they're gonna fall for things like QAnon and crap like that. I actually don't know about Spain, but because I've never actually been to Spain, and I don't like have that much news on the information on the news of Spain. Hear about how yes, yes, I was actually going to talk about that. Venezuela has actually started to mine Bitcoin. Oh yeah, because like a lot of the Caribbean islands are major centers for smuggling. So so like the Venezuelan army has actually started to mine Bitcoin. Venezuelan army has started to mine Bitcoin because they're actually desperate. They're actually extremely desperate. So Venezuelan army starts mining Bitcoin to make ends meet. The Venezuelan army turns to crypto mining as the country's economy collapses. The regime of Nicolas Maduro continues to lean on crypto to keep economically solvent. Via Instagram, an engineering brigade of Venezuelan army inaugurated the new digital assets production center of the Bolivarian Army of Venezuela. As the video shows, the center houses various ASIC mining equipment used to crack um, proof of work algorithms. General Lenin Herrera presented the new mining operation. The stated goal of the mining operation is strengthening and self sustainability of our units of Bolivarian army. Um, Added later that these mining centers would be generating unblockable sources of income in an alternative to the trust system blocked and controlled by colonialist interests, referring to the United States, a country that has leveled sanctions against many associates of the Maduro regime. With oil prices crashing and political turmoil taking its toll even before COVID-19, Venezuela has seen historic inflation in recent months. As Cointelegraph reported in September, Maduro proposed an anti-blocks law, a legal body that proposes using cryptocurrencies to evade sanctions and access financing from international allies. These intentions are not new. The Maduro administration has gone so far as to launch and promote its own cryptocurrency, the Petro, which has seen limited access. On the flip side, the U.S. military is closely observing Venezuela's crypto activities. Recently, Admiral Craig Stephen Fowler referred to Maduro's use of crypto and went so far as to link its use to drug trafficking and terrorism, adding that the armed forces were keeping an eye on all such problems. This is actually one reason why they can never ban Bitcoin, because not all countries will agree with it, and even if the major countries agree to it, there'll be a lot of value in the minor countries, and that will actually keep the price up. So Venezuelan army is actually mining Bitcoin. See, Holocaust denial doesn't really work right now because there's still people that actually lived during the Holocaust. That's like saying World War II didn't happen. It's not going to get blown open right now because they don't have any actual evidence. Look, their conspiracy theories are like getting more and more wild. It involves Hugo Chavez. It involves China, Venezuela, Hugo Chavez, and a bunch of other people, and a bunch of Republicans as well. A like zombie Hugo Chavez, who's been dead for like 7 years. That's how far their conspiracy theories have gone now. Is 200 LTC and 100K ADA enough? Maybe. I mean, 200, I don't know, like if it depends how much money you need. Like that could get you like 100K ADA. I mean 100K ADA and 200 LTC could get you close to $1 million. That's not enough. I don't think I'm gonna make any shirts. I don't think I'm not really gonna make too many shirts on that right now. I mean, there's stuff I might want to make some fishing shirts sooner or later, but like I need my fishing channel to actually get more subscribers. Zombie Castro, whatever. No, but Sidney Powell's theory has to do with Hugo Chavez, which obviously Brian, the governor of Georgia, coordinated with to rig the election. Yes, most of the shirt, like a lot of the photos on my shirts, I did take the photos of. I think there's like the duck one I didn't. Some of the duck ones I didn't, but a lot of the photos I actually did take the photos on the shirts. I'm just not very good at making shirts. Yes, I know China seized a bunch of coins. Yeah, tremendous evidence of fraud that they can't bring to court. It's like they could look, claiming you have tremendous evidence and actually bringing it to court are two different things. And these are like a lot of these judges are actually Trump appointed judges that have been saying his cases are bullcrap. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much the graphic designers, it's actually putting it on the t-shirt. It's kind of limited. I hope it breaks it by the end of the year. I'm hoping that Bitcoin breaks by the New Year's Day. It depends how many times we have to retrace. I mean, I think it's going to take 3 or 4 times for it to break, and this is like try number 2. So if it goes enough cycles long enough, I think it will actually break. Mr. T, it's not only the media, it's the judges as well. It's the actual judges, many of them who Trump appointed. They're all ruling against Trump. That's not media bias. That's just how things actually are. Newsmax is like conspiracy theories central. Would you They're not blackmailed, soy boomer doomer. He just lost the election. That's all there is to it. Yeah, sure, they could be biased, but the court results, like the case results by the courts, they're not biased. Like Trump is literally 1 for 39. He's won one court case, he's lost 39 of them. That's not a biased statement. That's just how the court cases have ruled. What are your other thoughts on unstoppable domains? It's worth getting one. I think unstoppable domains are kind of a niche thing. They're really good for like crypto domains. Yeah, they all are dark horse. He's like 1 for 38 or 1 for 39 on court cases. They're being tossed out with prejudice. I mean, with prejudice does actually get wrongly understood. That just means like you can't really revise them and submit them again. When do you expect altcoins to hit their all-time high? I expect it to hit like a month, or maybe like a couple of weeks to a couple of months after Bitcoin. I really don't think who's president has any effect on the crypto market right now. Like, despite all the administration officials, um, it really doesn't matter. It's really the SEC who has more to do with this, and I don't really know who's going to head that for the next couple of years. I really do think the unstoppable domains are really niche things. They're not. The unstoppable domains are really niche things. They're like not all those domains are going to be worth money. Like .com's obviously going to be always worth more money, but some of the crypto domains might actually end up being worth some money. The other stuff, I'm not really sure. Is it still good to DCAN even though the plus token BTC can be sold at any time? I mean, the plus token might have a massive negative effect sooner or later. I'm not really sure when. But the thing is, like, even if it does, like companies like Grayscale will buy it back up. I think the only thing that could kill BTC. Yeah, I know, but .com domains are also the default. I mean, Jason Carter, I really don't think like your people are going to seek .crypto domains in the same light as .com. Sure, there's cheating from both sides throughout the years, but not anything significant, not enough to tilt an election. The thing is, he has no real evidence that he's actually been able to produce in court. That's why all his cases are getting laughed out of court. What he actually tells the media and what he actually submits to court are two different things. Basically, he feeds his sheep what they want to hear, but in court they have to be more careful. Exit strategy after ADA and VET both pump. Look. I would just take profits after my goals are actually hit. Like if it hits 50 cents, I might. If it hits like 50 cents, I might sell some of my VET. If it hits $1, I'll sell more. It's something like that. Yeah, One Punch Man is great. Yeah, I'm looking to sell my Bitcoin into other coins. Like if it hits 50,000 and the other coins really haven't moved all that much, I'll sell my Bitcoin into other coins. I'm not really going to sell it into fiat because I think like when it's all said and done, I'm going to end up cashing out all the alts for fiat, not so much Bitcoin itself. 2 Bitcoins. That's cool. I mean, I'm really glad that mainstream media is finally catching on to Bitcoin. They should have caught on to Bitcoin a while ago. When will the dollar lose its purchasing power? I don't think the dollar is going to lose its purchasing power anytime. It'll have like we have like the 2% inflation that we've always had, but I doubt it'll be like some massive like dramatic drop for the dollar losing its patriot. I mean, losing its purchasing power anytime soon. UBI, that's not like it's we have like temporary UBI, but it's not like we're not going to have permanent UBI. Oh, I know several people that didn't really vote for Biden, but they voted Biden just so Trump wouldn't actually like win the election. Yes, Libra is supposed to be like the first Libra is supposed to be launched in January. How long do you think it'll take crypto to weed out the junk coins? We'll never weed out the junk coins. Once certain junk coins are weeded out, others will just rise to take its place. So like some coins will die, but other ones will pop up. You can't weed out all the junk coins. You can't weed out all the junk coins. Balkan land sold for 4,900. How much was the how much was the initial sale price? Like, how much did it cost when people first bought it? Was it like only 100 or something? Oh, I'm sure they'll use. I'm sure they'll learn. They'll know how to use Libra. It's like people. If people know how to use PayPal, they'll know how to use Libra. Yes, Hex is a junk coin. We don't have 9% inflation. You can look at the price of like most of our goods. They haven't really gone up. Like cars really haven't gone up in price at all for like the last like 15 years. Gas has basically roughly doubled in like 20 or 30 years. Because I remember like 25 years ago it was $1. Now it's like $2 here. So it's not 9% inflation. It's like 2 or 3% compounded. The only things that have 9% inflation are like that have really high inflation is tuition and insurance, though, and health insurance. Those are the two things that have really high inflation. Everything else doesn't really inflate that fast. Kin to the moon after Bitcoin, hopefully, yeah. Honestly, like tuition and health insurance are the only two things that inflate really fast. The rest of that crap just does not inflate fast at all. What price did Bitcoin actually hit? I think it was like it depends. I think average it was like 19,680, which is like $20 higher than last time. $20 higher than 2017. Can you see any resistance? I mean, it's not so much the market cap. It's really like, can I see any resistance after 20,000 Bitcoin? And right now there is no resistance, so we're going to be in price discovery mode after 20K. No, soy boomer. It's Trump that's blaming China. It's not the liberals. It's the conservatives that are blaming China. It was 19,857 on like I think on Bitfinex. Look at the way Hex is structured, man. And the fact that it basically took a 95% dip after like the staking period was over. And also like Richard Hart controls the origin address. Everyone knows all this stuff, man. It's very obvious it's a scam. There's no real legit investment where the founder gets like all the money from like where the founder gets like all the money for any coin or stock share sold and he gets a copy of everything that's actually bought. That's complete scam. I have a Kia Optima. Yeah, food and gas actually haven't risen that much in the last 25 years. Like gas, look, I remember back in back in like 1995, gas was $1 a gallon. Gas is now $2 a gallon. So it's gone up 100% in like 25 years. Compounded, that's like 2.5%. It's not 9%. In terms of food, it's maybe like 50% to 100% more expensive than when I was like 10 years old. It's not 9% inflation. It's not even close. I just got back to Wisconsin. Like I fished. I have one more video to upload tomorrow on fishing. It's the one on the Mississippi. I didn't get any big fish on the Missouri, unfortunately. I'm gonna try to get some pike. Now that I'm back in Wisconsin, I haven't really kept track of like tolls, but road tolls. But those aren't really a big part of my expense in the United States. Most roads are actually free in the United States, so like aren't really told. So I don't really keep track of like the $2 I spend every 5 months. That's true. Real inflation does actually vary, but overall, the average is about 2 to 3%. Look. That's nonsense because if inflation was there, you'd actually see it in your pocketbook. I actually think you have to have like a special license to catch fish and sell. And plus, there's harvest limits, and that would actually get in the way of selling. A dark horse. My cereal box is the same size as it was like 20 years ago. Like, I legit know how many ounces like my cereal was 20 years ago. It's the exact same. Am I getting like a dozen eggs today is still the same thing as a dozen eggs 20 years ago, except they're maybe like 50% more. Am I gonna get except they're like 50% more expensive over 25 years? I'm not getting into DeFi yet. No, there's other things for me to invest in. I might buy some like Maker or SNX, but that's about it. I mean, I don't like. I mean, like crypto's gambling overall, but I don't feel like gambling that much like in DeFi. Dude, and also I buy the giant cereal boxes. The cereal boxes I buy are enormous. I buy like one box of cereal for every like 8 or 9 days, and I eat a lot of cereal. DeFi can go up as a result of the bull run, but how much appreciation is already built in? Quite a lot. Hey, Brogito, what's up? Thanks for the donation. Do you have a sync wallet? I do actually have a VeChain Tor wallet and a VET address. Wait, hang on. Wait, now don't actually send me the Vim. Like I probably wouldn't. I probably forget. I'm actually very bad at that stuff. Because like if I'm not really invested in the game, if I'm actually not invested in the game, Brogita, I won't really like. I won't really pay attention. Is 200,000 VET a good bag? Yes, it's a fine bag. Hey, Danny Carney. No, I know how big the cereal boxes are, man. Like realistically, one giant box of cereal feeds me for like 10 days, and that's basically all it ever did. Have you considered real estate investment? Um, no, I haven't. I don't. I mean, like property tax in the United States is one of the things that keeps me off of real estate investment. But property tax is necessary to keep to keep one or two people from buying up all the property. No, VET is not illegal. I don't know where you heard that. Well, but DeFi, man, look at ADA's performance this year. It's gone from like 4 cents to like 16 cents. It's done pretty well. Regardless of the like, even if you say the promises, it's actually 4x this year. Like, say, like, look at a gallon of milk. I can buy a gallon of milk for like $2 today. I can't remember a time where I could ever buy it under $1. So, and this was like 25, 30 years ago. So, like, it hasn't really, like, food hasn't really inflated all that much. More advantage to renting or owning? It really depends. Like, it depends on the property tax in your area, like, how much the property appreciation is. And, like, if you just want your own house or not. Like, to me, renting is fine because I don't have to take care of the lawn or anything. And if something breaks, I can just call someone in here to look at it. I don't think VETs. I mean, like you might not be able to buy it in New York. That's the issue because Binance.us is where you would buy it, and that's not available in New York. I mean, ETH is obviously like the only one that's really viable right now. So like, but next year I think that will actually change with like Polkadot, like Cardano, and others. The thing is, like ETH is going to have horrendous fees again during the bull run. What do we know about the Flare token? Not really all that much. We know the cutoff date's December 12th, and then the coin's actually going to drop in May. That's really all we know. Property taxes keep other countries from buying. Yeah, basically, that's what it's for, bro, Jita. Like the thing in the U.S. is like if you buy a lot of land in the U.S. and you just let it sit there, you'll end up losing a lot of money. So like people can't actually do that in the U.S. I actually think property tax is a pretty good policy. I wish it was just more unified though. I'm not a huge fan of MPSX. I stopped believing in PundyX a 'long time ago. I did not look into ETHY. Flare is supposed to be utility. I mean, it's supposed to be smart contracts for XRP, for the XRP ledger. We'll see how that actually works out. If Bitcoin keeps pumping, yeah, Litecoin can. But Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin has to break 20,000 for Litecoin to break 100. Because like it's basically moving up with Bitcoin. Hey, Big 32, E32. There's going to be mainstream news about BTC. I think like there's already mainstream news about BTC. Like for mainstream to really focus on it, I actually heard Jim Cramer actually mention it today on CNBC. So like there is mainstream stuff on BTC right now. For people to really take notice, it has to go like above 20K, maybe like 25, 30K. Then everyone will start to notice, I think. And Dentacoin Moon as crazy next month. I honestly don't understand Dentacoin. Like it's like crypto for dentists, which is kind of a weird concept to me. Like crypto for dentists is is a really weird concept to me. Keep getting an error message on Uniswap undefined. There's an issue with one of the coins you are swapping. I don't really use Uniswap, so I can't really help you. But I guess it could be just be having some of the problems. Like if one of the coins on Uniswap is having some kind of technical issue, you probably won't be able to swap it. Yeah, I think the FOMO is starting to kick in. Man, I really hope the walleye and the pike start biting now. Because, like, I can't really fish for catfish anymore, and trout season's closed. So, really gonna hope for that walleye and gato fish. I mean, the walleye and the pike, not the gato fish. The gato fish don't bite anymore. Did it break 20K today? It did not break 20K. 19,680. I honestly like. I'm not buying XRP myself. You can buy it if you want, but I'm honestly not buying it myself. I don't really buy coins after they've pumped until they retrace back down some. Or other coins catch up. Oh yeah, like mom knows how to cook fish soup. Mom knows how to fresh steam soup and hot braise. I actually don't know how to do any of that stuff because I don't really cook fish. Besides, like I cook fish fillets, like spicy fish fillet, but I don't actually like eat the fish I catch usually unless I'm visiting home. I think Stellar will probably dump, but it requires XRP to dump as well. You recommend Trezor or Ledger as a hardware wallet? I think both of them are fine. I mean, I think Ledger is the one that most people use because it's cheaper. Let's actually talk about one more thing. Like, there's this Velo partnership with Visa. Velo is actually based on Stellar, so this could be good for Stellar as well. So like there's this Velo thing, and it's actually there's a partnership with Visa, and it is, like I said, it is based on Stellar, so it could be good for Stellar as well. Where is this thing? I lost it. Thought I had it. Is this it? Yeah, here it is. Velo Labs teams up with Visa, LightNet on MSME lending in Asia. So Velo Labs has unveiled a joint effort with Visa and LightNet Group to build out payment offerings together in Asia, according to an announcement. Velo Labs, Visa, and LightNet Group will work together on payment offerings targeted at serving the micro, small, and medium enterprise lending market in Asia. The announcement stated the collaboration seeks to let those who have substandard credit histories or no credit histories get a line of credit by putting digital assets up as collateral. Being new to credit or lacking credit worthiness is often an obstacle to achieving one's financial goals, such as securing loans to start a business or even buying a car. Lightnet Group Vice Chairman and Group CEO Trambadi Ara, I can't pronounce that guy's name, said in the announcement, "We are providing customers from MSME market with another pathway to build credit and improve financial wellness." The partnership also grows the reach of the three companies by allowing near real-time international transactions among money transfer operators, participating financial institutions, and other financial service companies. The International Finance Corporation forecasts that 5.2 trillion in MSSE lending goes unserved each year worldwide, while over half of that funding gap occurs in the Asia-Pacific area, according to the announcement. This agreement is a testament to Velo Labs and its partners' continuous efforts to achieve financial inclusion for millions in the underserved MSME lending market, Velo Labs chairman Chetchaval Jarivanan said in the announcement. It also illustrates Velo's capacity as a bridge asset, enabling greater financial inclusion. Velo Labs said its aim is to build out a Velo protocol fueled federated credit exchange network. The news comes after the firm that built the Velo protocol, Lightnet, added 31.2 million in its Series A funding round in January. The round was headed up by Stephen Bank, UOB Venture Management, Hashkey Capital, Uni President Asset Holdings, Signum Capital, Hopeshire Ventures, Dew Capital, and Hanwha Investment and Securities. So they're actually Velo Labs is partnering with Visa, so Velo might be another coin that you want to look at. It is based off of Stellar. Oh, they're not. Look, they were never gonna. They're not gonna ban cold storage, guys. They're not gonna ban cold storage. They just want everything to be KYC. That's what it is. Coinbase, yes, supports 2.0 staking. Nice. Yeah, I mean, VET could hit 20 cents or around 50 cents. Making payments offline would be ideal for evading taxes or. Yeah, the thing is, if they have to KYC every single address, you won't be able to do that, though. I don't really know about BAT. Like, I still believe in BAT, but it might be a while. I mean, it should pump with everything else, honestly. Like there's always more and more people using Brave browser, but that doesn't necessarily translate into people actually using BAT. 88 end of December price with or without Coinbase. I think 88 will probably be added to Coinbase next year. I don't really know when though. It could be added in December. It's very hard to say. XLM tends to follow XRP. That's what XLM does. Thoughts on BAT 14-week downtrend versus BTC? I mean, it is kind of lower risk than the others. I just keep a diversified portfolio. I actually do have a lot of BAT, but that's mainly because of Uphold, and that's because I make BAT every month. So I actually have quite a bit of BAT. If they do KYC on your own paper wallet address, they'll know when you actually transfer in from the faucet. That's the thing. Your schemes are going to have to be more and more elaborate to get around this stuff. And getting caught's going to be more and more likely as time goes on. Wouldn't really suggest it. I think they actually do favor ERC20 because I think Coinbase is actually invested in Ethereum. But we'll see. I mean, they could invest in other things as well to diversify their interests and not to get screwed if like ERC20 doesn't do well. Because the thing is, like ERC20's like fees are so high, right? Or so high that the users might actually want to switch over. And like when a lot of users want to switch over because of the high processing fees, like Coinbase isn't going to be able to stop it. Do you see Crypto J Chain's tweet is getting cleared out? Hmm. Not really. I don't really follow like Twitter. I don't really follow that much Twitter or like other social media. I thought Tyson destroyed Jones. I don't know how it came out to be a draw, but I thought Tyson actually destroyed him. We're already in a bull run. Yeah, I mean, like, BTC's gone up a lot, but people are looking for, like, really big all-time highs. People are looking for much bigger all-time highs. I mean, like TT Cooper, it was an exhibition match, so it didn't really matter. It's just an exhibition match. When we cash out our crypto, will be subject to capital gains tax and federal taxes. Yes, if you're in the United States, definitely. Roy Jones is just hugging Tyson most of the time by pinning his RMIC. I see. That's what I don't like about boxing. I don't think in a fighting sport you should be able to hug someone and get them to stop punching you. I I mean, he knocked out Nate Robinson. That's all I really know. We might have another, like we might have one or two more dips. I mean, realistically, last time we were up almost this high, we had a dip, and we might do it again this time. I do think it will have to attempt 20,000 a couple of times before we finally break through, but we will break through sooner or later. It can be double top. It could be double top. I mean, like, but like I said, even I think even if it dips, it'll probably bounce back pretty fast. I mean, you could try buying some bat. I'm just gonna keep my bat I have on uphold. I mean, Nate Robinson's an athlete though. He's not really a boxer. Being in that ring, he has to practice more boxing, man. Paul is actually taking the time to learn how to box. Well, yeah, Nate was just going to depend on his athleticism. He got owned. It can't, like coins don't keep pumping forever, man. After a while, they do come back down. I prefer Marvel. Comics, I definitely prefer Marvel. I don't. I didn't really pay attention to who was ringside in the Mike Tyson fight. It was an exhibition match. That's why it ended up being a draw. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back twice tomorrow, so join me then, and I'll see you guys later.